As I've said since the beginning, there are two America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulated him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country.
Hey everyone, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and welcome back to What Was That? Vivek the fake Ramaswamy spent his whole campaign fawning and drooling over Donald Trump until the two had a fight right before the Iowa caucus. But what if I told you that this was all part of their plan, leading up to Vivek dropping out of the race and endorsing Donald Trump? Now that Vivek's run is officially over, it's interesting to look back at when the snake oil salesman first announced that he was running for president. He was an unknown in politics, with most people never hearing his name before. Vivek Ramaswamy what?
Was Slippy, Slappy, Slimming, Simmons, Swanson?
As I've covered previously on my show, Vivek is nothing more than a Trump plant, a proxy, a surrogate. I mean, the guy's just a cheap karaoke version of Trump. No, seriously, Vivek was literally using a light-up karaoke mic to address his crowds.
Process, I'm told that's more than any presidential candidate in history here and more than all the other candidates combined.
Vivek dropping out and endorsing Trump only proves that they were working together. They needed someone who was aligned with the MAGA brand, but also different enough that Trump supporters would like, but not get confused with. You know.
Like a white guy.
And when you have a base of racist, white, evangelical, Christian Republicans, you can always rely on them to attack a minority when Trump says to.
Knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. Okay? Just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees, I promise.
He's a liar.
So who better than Vivek Ramaswamy, a question-dodging, fast-talking young entrepreneur fighting against the liberal woke agenda who also happens to be a lifelong practicing Hindu. So while Trump was busy cowardly running away from the debates, Vivek would go on stage and attack DeSantis, Haley, Christie, Pence, and whoever else used to be in the race. And let's be honest, some of these people dropped out as quickly as they entered, so I forgot who they were. During Vivek's interviews, speeches, and debates, he always made sure to suck up to Trump by calling him the greatest president of the 21st century.
Between George Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump, those are the presidents of the 21st century. Donald Trump is unambiguously, as judged by the results, the best president of the 21st century. I think Donald Trump was the single greatest president we've had in my lifetime. President Trump, I believe, was the best president of the 21st century. I have respected Donald Trump more than anybody else in this race because he was the best president of the 21st century. I've said that before, and I will say it again because it's the right thing to do. We will honor that legacy.
I don't know about you, but I find it incredibly unusual to praise the person that you're running against.
If Vivek thinks that Donald Trump is the greatest president of the 21st century, what the hell is he doing running?
It's like walking into a job interview and telling the interviewer that the candidate in the waiting room is more qualified than you. It makes no sense unless you have an ulterior motive. Vivek always showed up to support Trump at his many arraignments, and he never criticized Trump even when he was pressed during interviews. Vivek even said that he would pardon Trump if he won the general election. And when the Colorado Supreme Court declared that Donald Trump was ineligible for the White House, Vivek pledged to withdraw his name from the Colorado ballot in solidarity with Trump.
They have just tried to bar President Trump from the Colorado ballot using an unconstitutional maneuver that is a bastardization of the 14th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. I will withdraw, I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing.
In your dreams.
Vivek not only demanded that the other Republican candidates remove their names as well, but he also doubled down on the pledge after Trump was removed from the main ballot.
Pathetic.
It's so pathetic.
And remember, if the roles were flipped, Trump would sooner admit to everyone that he has syphilis than voluntarily withdraw his name from the ballot for Vivek. So then right before the Iowa caucus, something changed. Trump publicly attacked Vivek for the first time in a post on Truth Social. Vivek started his campaign as a great supporter, the best president in generations, etc. Unfortunately, now all he does is disguise his support in the form of deceitful campaign tricks. Very sly, but a vote for Vivek is a vote for the other side. Don't get duped by this. Vote for Trump. Don't waste your vote. Vivek is not MAGA. The Biden indictments against his political opponent will never be allowed in this country. They are already beginning to fall. MAGA! And this all started with Vivek tweeting a photo with a group of supporters wearing t-shirts saying, "Save Trump, vote Vivek," which then caused Chris LaCivita, Trump's senior campaign advisor, to attack Vivek, calling him a fraud. He then added that Trump doesn't need saving, and if you support Trump, you sure as hell don't vote for this fake. Then Trump's spokesperson Liz Harrington jumped in, seen here doing her best impression of Martin Short's character, Jackie Rogers Jr. She called Vivek a creep after retweeting this video.
It's 1776 moments. I want your support at that Iowa caucus.
I get emotional.
I'm emotional about this country. I need your support on Monday night. You do this, I'm going to do my part.
Okay, you're picking at my shell. You are.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've got
It's about this country. It's about this country. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I'm telling you that. You vote for Trump. You're sending
He's
him
a sledgehammer.
No, but you're sending him to his own demise. You're falling into the trap that not only a country's falling in, that he's falling. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I need your support at the Iowa caucus.
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
It's not an argument, it's the truth.
What the hell was that?
Look, I don't want to agree with Trump's team, but they kinda have a point. Vivek is a fraud and a creep. And how does Vivek respond? Well, by making a video in his car simping for Donald Trump.
Here's the hard truth, and nobody seems to want to acknowledge it, but it's what's happening in plain sight. And I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. They want to narrow this down to a two-horse race between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, a puppet who they can control. Then they want to eliminate Donald Trump this spring or whenever it is and trot their puppet into the White House. It's hiding in plain sight.
But Vivek knew what would happen on this path as Trump's spoiler candidate. All he had to do was smile and nod. And speaking of smiling, I want to thank today's sponsor, Smile Actives. Have you ever wished that you had a whiter and brighter smile? Well, before you visit a dentist, you should know that their whitening treatments can be very expensive, and it's not just the price. You also have to book the appointment and schedule time away from work or family to sit in a dentist's office chair while undergoing the procedure. It's a hassle. Fortunately, now you can try Smile Actives at home or anywhere, anytime. Smile Actives offers a safe and affordable alternative to those expensive whitening procedures. I've used other teeth whitening products in the past. They're a huge inconvenience for something that should be much easier. And thanks to Smile Actives, it is easier. 97% of Smile Actives users in a clinical study reported up to 6 shades whiter on average, all within 30 days. Simply add Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel to your regular toothpaste. It's been formulated with polyclean technology to boost stain removal and deliver active whitening ingredients into teeth's grooves and crannies to get better whitening. Smile Actives makes a teeth whitening gel that can simply be added to your toothpaste every time you brush your teeth. So no change in your routine, no extra time, and no more messy strips, trays, or lights. People will start commenting on your whiter, brighter smile in just days. Smile Actives is the whitening boost your favorite toothpaste needs to give you the smile you deserve. Visit smileactives.com/Gabe today to receive a special buy one get one free offer with auto delivery, plus free shipping and handling. That's smileactives.com/Gabe. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. This was a coordinated effort by two ideologically aligned fascists to split the votes from two anti-Trump candidates, DeSantis and Haley. Because when it came down to the Iowa caucus, Trump and Vivek needed to appear different, pushing any MAGA supporters who were considering Vivek back to Trump. Now, was Vivek gonna get more than 8% at the Iowa caucus before their fake girl fight happened? Probably not, but who's to say? But as soon as Trump, his team, and his MAGA cult attacked Vivek, any chance of him pulling in the double digits went out the window. And this is when the two showed their tiny hands. As soon as the results came in, Vivek officially dropped out of the race and endorsed Donald Trump.
There is not a better choice left in this race than this man right here, and that is why I am asking you to do the right thing as New Hampshire and to vote for Donald J. Trump as your next president, because we're not working with a lot of time here. If our kids are in high school before we get this right, we don't have a country left. That's what it means. We've been celebrating our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways that we are the same as Americans, bound by that common set of ideals that set this country into motion. We believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them. E pluribus unum, from many, one.
Tell me you're working together without telling me you're working together.
Get a room.
I'm surprised that Vivek would even get that close considering how much Trump smells like shit. But did you notice how quickly people in the crowd started cheering VP? This shows you how stupid and how easily the MAGA cult can be persuaded. First they love Vivek, then Trump said Vivek is not MAGA, so they attacked him and were racist. And now Trump is whispering sweet nothings into Vivek's ear. And voila, MAGA loves Vivek again.
What is wrong with these people?
Oh, I almost forgot. Vivek claimed that racism doesn't exist, but as soon as he dropped out and endorsed Trump, some Republicans really showed their true colors, like the Babylon Bee. Now, do I think that Vivek is going for the number 2 spot as VP? No, but in this political climate, anything can happen. We're more likely to see the two-faced Elise Stefanik get the lackey role. And unlike Mike Pence, Stefanik would probably let a violent mob hang her if it meant that Trump could overthrow the government and install himself as a dictator. So when it comes to Vivek, he was never in this to be president. He was just there to act as a spoiler candidate. Their relationship and fake fight that turned into an endorsement was used to split the votes to help Trump against his actual opponents. And you can bet that Ramaswamy's exit from the race will only help Trump's performance in New Hampshire, especially since an average of 39% of Ramaswamy voters said Trump was their second choice. 91 felony counts, 7 civil and criminal court cases, and his cognitive abilities are in the shitter.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
What the hell are you talking about?
Trust me when I say Trump is afraid of going to prison. Trump will use whatever tactics he can to get ahead and protect himself under the role of president, even if that means using a spoiler candidate along the way. However, it's gonna be hard for Trump to prove himself as a winner when you look at the success and accomplishments that Biden has had in his first term.
And the U.S. stock market continues to hit record high after record high. You're looking at a fresh 300-point gain on the Dow right now, hitting its highs of the session. The S&P 500, which is a snapshot of the broader U.S. stock market, is hitting an all-time high, surpassing the previous record set 2 years ago. So, wow, there continues to be a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of optimism in the U.S. stock market.
Trump is nothing more than a scared and
pathetic loser.
Well, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to follow me at I Am Gabe Sanchez. If you liked today's episode and want to support me and the work that I do, you can join my personal Patreon and pick your tier to unlock exclusive content and perks not available to the public. You can subscribe today at patreon.com/IamGabeSanchez. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?